Good morning, everyone, and welcome. My name is Alice Kennedy, and I'm the acting housing commissioner for the Baltimore City Department of Housing and Community Development, and it is my honor to greet you this morning on behalf of the city and the Department of Housing and Community Development. We're here to discuss a program that is very close to my heart, the Housing Upgrades to Benefit Seniors Program, otherwise affectionately known as HUBS. Nice short acronym so we can all keep things straight. In Baltimore City, more than a quarter of all owner-occupied homes are owned by older adults. And many of these individuals, approximately 17%, live below the poverty line. These are individuals that are more likely to live on fixed incomes and experience limited mobility, and they often have substantial housing needs. HUBS was created in 2015 to more easily connect many of these vulnerable older adults with services to meet their needs. Through a network of providers, we've been working to support our older adults and ensure they have access to all of the services that are available across the city of Baltimore. The HUBS Collaborative is a shining example of what happens when organizations across the city come together to meet a common goal. We have collaboration across the service providers, the foundation community, and city government. The project has been extremely successful to date, linking clients to social support services, coordinating and completing home repairs, and generally assisting older adults to maintain their safety as they age in place. The HUBS model is a nationally recognized model, one that everyone here today can be extremely proud of. Providing ongoing support through this program is critically important to the health and well-being of our older adults, and that makes today's announcement especially motivating. At this time, I want to introduce Mayor Brandon Scott to talk about the city's investment, along with additional investment from the funding partners. Please welcome our Mayor, Brandon Scott.
Thank you, and good morning, everyone. Welcome to the wonderful Clifton Park, where you are at the Clifton Mansion, along with the cicadas, who you can hear humming in the background. It is my honor to be here with Commissioner Kennedy, with Councilwoman Odette Ramos, who I think we spent a lot of time recently here in the 14th District. And I'm excited to be here with you today for this very important announcement. We know the health and well-being of our older adults are central to our creating and maintaining a healthy, thriving Baltimore. We cannot do it without providing that opportunity for our older adults. We have a responsibility to our older adult population to work to meet unmet needs. This is one reason senior homeowners are identified as a priority spending category in the work of the city's Affordable Housing Trust Fund. And because of the fund, along with other capital support from the city budget this year, we're announcing today the city's commitment of $3.5 million to the Housing Upgrades to Benefit Seniors Program, affectionately known as HUBS. This investment from the city is leveraged with an additional $4.5 million in funding from the Weinberg Foundation. Let's give Weinberg a big round of applause. And this funding will provide home modification and repairs, including grab bars, electrical and plumbing repairs, and roof and furnace replacements. All that we know will help to not only keep our older adults in their homes, help them keep value and be safe and healthy in their homes. Along with this capital support, operating support is being provided in the amount of $1,650,000 thanks to the Leonard and Helen R. Stolman Foundation and Keswick. So let's give them a big round of applause. Every person has the right to age with dignity in the comfort and security of their own home in their neighborhood of their choosing. And we all have a responsibility to make this a reality for older Baltimoreans. Or as my grandfather would say, I put in my work. It's time for me to just live and let me be. Every person deserves that, especially our older adults. Fortunately, The Hubs initiative has answered the call by embracing innovation and collaboration to make a difference and proving that city government can work efficiently to make a big impact. And thanks to the generosity of the charitable foundations and with the city's support, a total of $9.6 million will support home modifications and repairs for our older adults of Baltimore. We know they deserve it. We thank them for keeping our city the way, running and operating and building the strong culture of our city. It's our turn to repay them by allowing them to stay in their homes, allowing them to then one day pass that home that they bought with their hard-earned working dollars on to the next generation so that we can build generational wealth in neighborhoods across Baltimore City. So thank you to everyone. This is a big deal. Let's all give ourselves a round of applause. And I really want to thank a host of our Baltimore City nonprofit partners that are coordinating with Hubs to deliver the key wraparound services for our older adults in their homes. Banner Neighborhoods, High, Civic Works, Green and Healthy Homes, Keswick Community Health, Meals on Wheels of Central Maryland, Neighborhood Housing Services of Baltimore, Rebuilding Together Baltimore, and the St. Ambrose Housing Aid Center. Let's give them all a round of applause. By matching Baltimoreans with the appropriate services and eliminating redundancies. I'm going to say that again, and eliminating redundancies, because that's something that we do in Baltimore from time to time. This partnership further proves that local government can operate in the best interest of its people when we partner with other folks who want to do the same thing. One of the things I'm working to improve in city government is to bring more coordination to all people-serving agencies throughout the city. And that's why I'm particularly proud of the Hubs model, an example of how we are already working together and maximizing opportunities with our community partners and the benefit of our residents. This is a considerable investment to support our older adults with home repairs, aging in place, health, and social work connections. This work helps people and the city on so many levels, preventing homes from deteriorating, preventing blight, keeping the value of homes stable, and keeping these homes in the families that they have lived in over the years for generations. Not to mention simply just making the home safer for our older adults. I want to say congratulations to everyone here today. Thank you all for your partnership. We have a lot of work to do. And before I come back in a second, I'm going to now invite our city councilwoman for the 14th district, Councilwoman Odette Ramos, to come and greet us very briefly. Councilwoman?
He's taller than I am. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Commissioner Kennedy, all of you who are here. I am so proud of all of you. There's so much to be proud of today. First, the Affordable Housing Trust Fund. All of you who signed the petition and voted for it 4 or 5 years ago. This is the result. $3 million of that fund is funding this. This is amazing. We're actually seeing the fruits of our labor. Thank you so much for all of you who've supported that fund. I'm particularly emotional about it because I led the effort to be able to get this fund together. So I'm so excited to see that it's coming to fruition. So thank you so much for that. The second piece that I wanted to just thank everybody for is the fact that what we're really talking about here are seniors aging in place, residents who have invested their lives here, who really need to be able to age in place comfortably. When I was door knocking, as a matter of fact, most recently, knocking on people's doors who were on the tax sale list, residents who may have forgotten to pay their taxes have also had their house deteriorating. This program is going to be able to impact their lives along with everything else that we do. They can also refer to the homeowner's tax credit and other resources to help our seniors. Hubs is that model of integrated services that works and that we should be expanding in other ways across the city. So it's exciting to know that some of my residents right across the street will be, because we're here in the 14th district, will be able to take advantage of this program. And because Civic Works and all of the partners others that are involved have done this before. This is not new. This is expanding and making it great. So I'm so excited to be able to have many of my residents also take advantage of this. And let me just say this is the beginning. We need more money in the trust fund, right? We need more money to be able to serve more people. So this is, again, of a proof of concept. This works when you expand the work, and that we'll work hard to get some more. So thank you so much to our funders for believing in this program, for leveraging the Affordable Housing Trust Fund, and to all of you for being here. In the 14th District, the cicadas are welcoming you as well. And again, I'm so excited for this program. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for your dedication, and Commissioner Kennedy, in knowing how important this is for me and choosing the 14th to be here, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman, and thank you for always being a fearless advocate for improving housing for all, not just those in the 14th District. We appreciate your work each and every day. And now I'd like to turn it over to our partners. I'm going to call them in order, and they'll come up in that order. First, we'll have Kathy Brill, Executive Director from the Helen R. Stillman Charitable Foundation, followed by Maria Johnson Darby, Chief Operating Officer from Keswick, Earl Millett, Program Director, Harry and Jeanette Weinberg Foundation. Earl, welcome back to Clifton Park. And Lauren Avarella, Director of Elder Services here at Civic Works. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. So great to see people in person, isn't it? Like you're all three-dimensional. I love that. Yeah, not the little boxes. So great. So again, I'm Kathy Brill. I'm the director of the Stillman Foundation. We are very pleased to support Hubs. Back in 2015, we invited a group of nonprofits and city to design and imagine a better system for older adults to get their homes repaired and modified, and to ask us for funding. And they did. They put together a great plan. And since 2015, we've invested over $4 million in Hubs, and including a grant that we just made that will help leverage all this other funding going forward. Hubs was created because older adults and their families in the past were mostly on their own to figure out how to get help with home repair. It's a complex system. They might put in an application and wait for years, literally for years. They might never hear back. They might get help with one thing being fixed and then not know how to get other things fixed. And we were missing a crucial opportunity to help them with non-housing needs, like health and social services. Meeting those needs helps keep people in their homes too. And we were seeing neighborhoods harmed, as home after home would deteriorate because the older adults on fixed incomes couldn't afford to keep them up. Hubs promised to figure out how to connect the older adults with services that they need. While they're waiting for the home repairs to be done, the case managers help them get connected with other kinds of assistance: food, health, tax credits, legal help. As the teams at the nonprofits and the city figure out how to make one part of the system work, they often discover another part that no one knew was a problem. Originally, we all thought if we could just find the older adults most in need and help them complete the complex housing assistance applications, the problems would be solved. So Hubs did that. The case managers flooded the city with hundreds of perfectly completed applications for housing assistance. They were saying, stop. But then we found out that there was a problem with the contracting process. So the nonprofits and the city put their heads together and fixed that problem. At first, as a funder, I found this frustrating. Would we keep fixing things and then just discover more problems? Was it just whack-a-mole? But I learned that the new issues get discovered because we're finally digging down deep enough into the system to address inequities and hurdles. It's not like whack-a-mole, it's more like the layers of an onion. And over the years, Hubs is getting closer to the center of the onion. The Stillman Foundation continues to fund Hubs because the partners are committed to digging deep together to make things better for older adults and for their neighborhoods. We are thrilled that other funders and the city are committed as well. Thank you.
Keswick loves Hubs because Hubs works, and we're very excited to be part of it. We are thrilled to work with the other partners and the funding partners to assist vulnerable older people in our community to maintain their homes and to access additional resources to enable them to live well, age well, and be well. By pooling our resources with other funders, Keswick recognizes that we can exponentially increase our ability to positively impact the health and well-being of older people in Baltimore City so that they can remain living in their homes, in their communities, doing the things they love for as long as possible. Hub's impact over the past 6 years, though, is more than simply the sum total of the number of people whose homes have been made safer. The real story behind Hubs is how these interventions have positively changed the trajectory of the lives of those older adults who have been assisted by this initiative. For Keswick, our financial support of Hubs is an investment in the intersection of health and housing and how both directly impact the quality of one's life and influences the ability to create a sense of community in our city. This is the work that Keswick's founders challenged us to do 138 years ago, and it remains our mission today. Thank you really very much for giving Keswick the opportunity to be part of this incredible initiative and to help enable older adults to live their best lives. Thank you.
Let me unmute myself. Oh, we don't have, okay. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here. Darius Graham and myself are humbled and honored to be a part of such an amazing group of folks working towards one cause and represent the Weinberg Foundation here. I think one group missing from this list is just the older adults themselves. I agree with the mayor completely that it is their time to deserve to recoup some of what they put in. But I would also add they are a vital, active part of our community right now. There are hundreds of stories that have already come out because of the great work that you heard talked about already. I'll just share one brief one. Older adult living in the city was no longer able to exit her house without help. She was wheelchair bound, only had stairs. We're all familiar with that. Hubs was able to put in a ramp. The older adult could get out. Great for the older adult. All the things that you've heard. But what you might not realize, but you do if you've worked in these communities at all, is that particular older adult then went out every day at school time to act as a crossing guard, to check in with the youth coming back and forth from school. And it's that vital piece that really makes a community. This is an older adult focused project, but be clear, it's helping all ages. It's helping the entire community. And it's a privilege. The Weinberg Foundation loves collaboration, loves older adults, loves working with these type projects, so we were proud to support it. I thank the philanthropic community. I thank both Keswick and the Stolman Foundation for being here and getting things started and continuing on. But nationally, less than 2% of philanthropic giving is towards older adults. The population of older adults in the country is way above that mark. So we are underselling, we are under-delivering. We are not giving extra back because they gave for us. We're not even meeting that goal within the philanthropic community, and I'm proud to stand with these two other foundations that are trying to rectify that and continue to do so by broadcasting the importance of this work. There are a lot of people that went into making this day happen and getting here. When we heard some of them, and I thank Councilwoman Ramos for all her amazing work that I saw firsthand for years for some of that. But I still have on my desk the first email from 2015 that came from Kathy Brill. I printed it out. I just needed something in 3D. So just a quick round of applause specifically for Kathy Brill for just sending it, not just, but sending an email saying, what can we do together to help fix this problem? The city is listed here, but it's the individuals that really make it work, and I won't try to name them because I would unfortunately forget some. But certainly, Mayor Scott welcomed me back here. I can welcome Alice Kennedy from way back to this building as well. And she, in all of her roles throughout the city, and continues to be a strong partner to find ways to partnership and leverage funds, because we know none of us can do this together. And then the final piece that I think should be highlighted here, because everything was so well covered, is the social workers, the occupational therapist, the construction workers, the volunteers, the staff of all of these organizations who aren't sitting here on a porch right now, but are out doing the work in a pandemic, making sure that the older adults are staying safe. The statistics are clear nationally. Older adults that are able to age in community, stay in their homes, have contact with services like this, are surviving. This is not it makes the house look nicer, it does help with blight, all those things. This is a matter of life and death. And we know life and death with COVID has affected minority communities disproportionately. A program like this is a small piece, but the replication of it nationally would be a big piece of changing that trend. It is literally a matter of life and death. And also these connections, the evidence and data is coming back to show higher vaccine rates, getting people connected to transportation, for all of that. So I thank all of you for your part in making that happen, and want to give a special round of applause to those frontline workers who aren't here, who are still putting their life on the line to make everyone safe in our community. Thank you.
So I also have to pull this down. My least favorite place to speak is after Earl Millett, so I will be quick. I am Lauren Avarella, for those that don't know me. I have been part of the Hubs program since the beginning, and I would just like to, on behalf of the entire collaboration, and I hope I can speak for the entire collaboration, to express our deepest thanks and appreciation to the mayor, the city of Baltimore, the Stulman Foundation, the Weinberg Foundation, and Keswick. This funding will greatly help our mission, which is to help older adults stay in the communities of their choice, and this will allow us to assist over 1,500 older adults in the next 3 years. I would also like to thank and acknowledge, though the mayor did acknowledge them earlier, our partners in this mission. It's Banner Neighborhoods, Meals on Wheels of Central Maryland, High, Sinai Hospital, St. Ambrose Housing Center, Neighborhood Housing Services of Baltimore, Green and Healthy Homes Initiative, and Rebuilding Together Baltimore. Well, the mayor has it, guys. Clap for the mayor. Mark, if you're here, he blamed that on you. So on that note, I will end again by thanking everyone for being here, thanking everyone again for your contributions, thanking the older adults for allowing us to serve them and to provide them this opportunity. So again, thank you so much from the collaboration.
So, to close things out today, I just once again want to thank Mayor Scott for his leadership and commitment to our older adults and our neighborhoods and communities across the city, and ensuring that we have investment and leveraging of funds to support those efforts across our communities, and specifically our Hubs program. Quality of life is something that we all strive for. And as it's been mentioned today, I believe it's our social responsibility to ensure the quality of life for our older adults and our elders in our community. They have given so much, and we have so much more to give to them. So today is just an overly exciting day, as others have mentioned, and I can't be more grateful for being a part of this tremendous collaboration and group of people that are so dedicated to serving our city. And it gives me great pride, and I hope that it gives everyone here great pride as well. So thank you so much for joining us today, and we will be sure to update you and keep you abreast of future efforts of Hubs and the collaboration, and ensuring that we continue to provide services and continue to expand the Hubs program across our city. Thank you.